Most will walk through this day unaware, brushing it off as ordinary. Just another sunrise. Just another morning. But you're not most people. Today has been coded for your awakening. You didn't just stumble into this moment. This moment has been waiting for you. And no, this isn't some simple cultural observance or calendar marking from across the world. This day holds a frequency so ancient, so precise, that once you sense it, your soul will recognize it instantly, even if your mind can't explain why. Today carries the spiritual imprint of the elephant, not just the animal, not just the image, but the energy. The essence of memory that reaches back beyond language, the wisdom that bends time, and the quiet, unstoppable force that moves through obstacles like water carving stone. This is not mythology. This is metaphysical memory, alive and stirring within you. This day is not about ritual. It's about resonance. Not celebration, but synchronicity. The world around you may be going through the motions, oblivious, but deep inside you, something is pulsing, awakening, activating. Can you feel it? That low, steady vibration that's been growing louder each hour? It's not just coincidence that you feel out of step with your usual rhythm today. You may have noticed time bending in strange ways, or conversations carrying more weight than usual. That's not your imagination. That's alignment. You are not being pulled, you are being tuned. Think of it like a soul antenna picking up a transmission that most people are too distracted to receive. Today is not about seeking knowledge. It's about remembering what you already know, not intellectually, but energetically. If you've been feeling oddly still inside, like the space between your thoughts is expanding, that's the frequency at work. You're syncing with a deeper version of yourself, a self that's been waiting for your current one to catch up. And here's the part most overlook. This isn't about worship. It's about interface. The archetype known across many traditions as Ganapati, Vinayaka, or Ganesha isn't just a figure, it's an intelligence blueprint. An energetic architecture of multidimensional knowing. A consciousness shaped to feel through chaos, not just walk through it. The large head, symbol of expanded perception. The wide ears, a reminder to listen beyond what's said. The curved trunk, a metaphor for adaptable strength. This energy doesn't knock down walls. It flows through them, bends around them, and rewrites what you thought was possible. And yes, as you begin to attune to this sacred current, you will be met with resistance. Not the loud, obvious kind, but subtle distractions, strange detours, sudden emotional static. The closer you get to soul clarity, the more disguised your challenges become. Today, resistance might wear the mask of fatigue, of irritation, of self-doubt that sounds almost reasonable. It won't scream, it'll whisper. It won't push, it'll nudge. And that's what makes it dangerous. You might even feel like giving up before you've even begun. Don't. This isn't just a spiritual day. It's a threshold, a crossing point. And here's the secret. The energy arriving today doesn't want to be worshipped. It wants to work with you. It's not here to be placed on a pedestal. It's here to activate your own inner force, the one that's been buried beneath layers of forgetting. You're not accessing higher knowledge. Higher knowledge is accessing you. And when it does, you may start saying things that feel like prophecy. You may look at someone and know what they're carrying, even if they say nothing. You'll decode emotion before it becomes action. You'll sense patterns before they unfold. Not because you're analyzing, but because you're remembering. It's like something ancient is scanning your field, and if you're open, it locks in. You've been chosen not by chance, but by readiness. You've outgrown old timelines, old roles, old skins. That's why you can't explain why you felt different today. Why the air feels dense. Why silence feels full. Why your body seems to pause while your spirit surges forward. This isn't confusion. This is reconfiguration. And when you get this close to inner coherence, the world outside starts to feel strange. The familiar feels distant. The routine feels hollow. That's not a problem, that's a sign. You're not dissociating from life. You're syncing with the truth beneath it. There's a kind of clarity that arrives without warning. It doesn't knock. It slides into your soul like a long-lost memory. That's what today brings. Not fireworks, not spectacle, but sacred recalibration. So if you've been drawn to stillness, if your intuition has been louder than logic, if your dreams have felt prophetic, this is not random. You're in the current. Stay in it. And no, this isn't about religious belief. It's about energetic truth. It's about tuning into something vast and intelligent that doesn't speak in words. It speaks in recognition. You've been here before. Not in body, but in essence. That's why it feels familiar.
Because your soul knows this frequency.
You're not learning it, you're returning to it. But beware. The moment a light flickers on within you, the shadows will try to extinguish it. Distraction will arrive, dressed as urgency. Confusion will come, disguised as logic. And worst of all, indifference will whisper, "It's just another day." Don't fall for that. Because in the unseen realms, there is a quiet celebration happening in your name. A soul milestone. A divine signal confirming you're exactly where you need to be. And if you're still watching this, still resonating with these words, that means you're part of the few who feel it. The invisible reunion between the self you thought you were and the self you truly are. This moment isn't just symbolic. It's spiritual infrastructure being rebuilt in real time, and your higher consciousness is the architect. So remember, the deeper your alignment becomes, the more clever the resistance gets. Stay aware. Stay open. Stay connected. Because today, you're not just walking through a day. You are walking through a door. As if the profound shift you're sensing isn't even real. As if none of it matters. That's how resistance works. It doesn't attack your awakening with force. It starves it with subtlety. It makes you question the pulse you felt earlier. The goosebumps. The clarity. It plants quiet disbelief in the very soil where divine energy just began to bloom. But here's the truth. If you're feeling that fog roll in, it means you're getting close. Closer than you've ever been. To something sacred and irreversible. You were never meant to experience this day the way the world does. You were never designed to sleepwalk through sacred portals pretending it's just another morning. This moment was encoded into your path long before you knew how to read signs. That soft stirring in your chest? That whisper that keeps saying something is happening? It's not your imagination. It's your initiation. And the old systems around you, mental, emotional, even societal, can feel the calibration, too. That's why everything might suddenly feel off-kilter or chaotic. Because you're not syncing with the world anymore. You're syncing with something above it. This energy, this Ganapati archetype, isn't asking you to light a lamp or chant a name. It's asking you to recognize the inner engineer of consciousness that's waking up inside you. This isn't a story about an elephant-headed god. It's a memory rising from the DNA of the cosmos. It's wisdom wrapped in symbol, structure wrapped in sound. And when it moves, it doesn't just inspire, it reconstructs. Your nervous system, your intuition, your vision of what's possible. The so-called obstacles in your life, they start to rearrange. Not because you force them, but because you've become the type of being who can walk through them. But here's what no one warns you about the awakening frequency of this day. It doesn't just make things clearer, it makes the falsehoods unbearable. The relationships that were always draining? You can't unfeel that anymore. The choices that keep you small? They sting now. The distractions that used to soothe you? They lose flavor. That's because real spiritual alignment isn't gentle at first. It's honest. It's uncomfortable. It's purifying. And yet it's exactly what your soul has been waiting for. So let me ask you this. Are you willing to listen beyond the noise? To trust beyond the proof? To feel beyond what you can explain? Because the divine doesn't knock on your door with credentials. It doesn't show up in your life with neon lights. It arrives like a soft shift in the atmosphere. A deeper breath. A sharper awareness. A voice in your soul that says, you're not who you used to be. And that's the real meaning behind today. Not the rituals. Not the statues. But the return of memory. Not the kind stored in your mind, but the kind your soul never forgot. And if you're still watching, still sensing, still sitting with that subtle nudge in your spirit, that means something ancient is awakening in you. Something the world may never validate, but something your higher self recognizes instantly. This is the energy of transcendence disguised as presence. The power to walk calmly through storms, Not because the storm disappears, but because you've remembered who you are within it. It's not about escaping your reality. It's about realigning it. And the first step is an action. It's recognition. The kind that says, this is not just a holy day. This is a holy mirror. And today, I see myself clearly inside it. So move slowly. Speak consciously. Feel deeply. Stay alert. This is not the time to distract yourself. It's the time to meet yourself. The divine isn't far away. It's in your next breath, your next pause, your next sacred decision. And every time you align with that deeper current, the archetype of wisdom, memory, and remover of illusion doesn't just touch you. It begins to move through you. And that's when the magic begins. Not the kind that changes the world overnight, but the kind that changes you, and through you, everything else. This is the quiet revolution of remembrance. The real celebration of the sacred. And you, yes, you are the reason this frequency returned today. Because some energies don't arrive unless someone is ready to carry them forward. And today, you are.